guys, it's me Simi and welcome to another exciting episode of La Maison L'Oreal Paris, your one stop for everything beauty. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit on the notification bell so that you are notified and updated every time we upload a new video. Now you think you've gotten your basics right, your love for makeup may have started with a simple stroke of kajal or a lip gloss, but let me tell you a secret. It's actually your flawless base makeup that makes you look glamorous. And now if you're clueless about what beauty products you require to get that perfect base, I'm going to be sharing 6 basic beauty products that you require to get that perfect flawless base makeup. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Now it'd be so great if we woke up with fresh, hydrated, plump skin in the morning, but let's face it, that's not usually the case. So today, to prep my skin before I start with my makeup, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Revitalift Crystal Micro Essence. Now this power packed essence has brightening salicylic acid which helps in mildly exfoliating your skin to sort of improve your skin texture over a period of time. I use it both day and night, and especially if I'm applying makeup, because it helps in like sort of instantly hydrating my skin. So here I've taken like 3 drops of this and I'm going to just tap it on my face and gently press this into my skin. And the best part is that you just need about 3 to 4 drops and your skin instantly feels hydrated and refreshed, which is what is required when you apply makeup, because your skin cannot be dry before you apply makeup. You have to have really nice plump hydrated skin. And now that I'm done hydrating my skin, I'm going to move on to the second step, which is using a primer. And for that I have the L'Oreal Paris Base Magique Instant Transforming Smoothing Primer. So I'm going to take like a very tiny amount of this primer. I remember I started my makeup using this primer about like 4 or 5 years back. This was the first primer that I bought, and it's been like my favorite ever since. So I'm just gonna take like this much, and that's gonna be enough. It's a very lightweight primer, and all I'm gonna do is just apply it on my T-zone, and you can apply it on all the areas where you feel like you have slight texture. This is just gonna fill up all of the pores and even out the texture so that you have a smooth base before you can apply makeup. And also your makeup sort of holds better and lasts longer when you have a good primer underneath. So I'm just gonna sort of tap the product and make sure it's all nice and smooth, and just spread it backwards. Now this primer also helps in absorbing excess oil and keeps your skin oil free for a very long time. And now that I'm done with my skin prep, let's move on to the next step, which is a foundation. And for that I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. Now my shade in this one is 150 Radiant Beige, and this is a very lightweight, very thin foundation, but at the same time it's got this medium to full coverage finish, which is totally buildable. So if you want to go for that full coverage, you can actually layer it up with a second coat, but I'm gonna just like apply 1 coat of it because I feel like it just really covers up really well. Now you guys can also dot it on your face before you start blending it, but this is just like force of habit. I apply my foundation directly with blender, so I'm gonna start tapping the product. And I love how easy it is to blend this foundation. It's very lightweight, and the finish, the coverage is just so beautiful, and I love how the shade actually matches my skin really well. So I'm gonna take this foundation all over my face, which is gonna take me hardly like 30 seconds. But while you're doing this, make sure that you blend the foundation really well and there are no patches, there are no gaps, because that looks really off. And if you haven't hydrated or moisturized your skin well, this is the time that it's going to show when you apply your foundation, and hence it's very important to sort of prep your skin before you move on to makeup. As you guys can tell, the foundation actually really complements my skin so well that it's almost like my second skin, right? And that's a very important thing. While you're buying your foundation, you always have to sort of match it on your neck. If the foundation sort of becomes invisible, that means you found your correct shade. If you still feel like the shade is like a little up and down, you might want to like reconsider buying that foundation, because when you apply it all over your face, it might look a little off. So always go for the nearest possible shade. And with that, I'm done with my foundation. Let's move on to the second step, which is a concealer. And for that, I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I'm in the shade Amber. Now this concealer is like a full coverage concealer. Also the shade is very slightly lighter to my skin tone. So it not only conceals my dark spots and like, you know, pigmentations and blemishes, but it also sort of like, you know, brightens up my skin. So I'm going to apply this concealer around my eyes, on my nose, just the bridge of my nose, a little bit around my forehead, the cupid's bow, on my chin, and just a little bit of reverse contouring. If you don't have a bronzer, if you're not going to be bronzing later on, I think this is a very good step. Just helps in like, you know, giving your face that structure using a concealer itself. And as I said, it's a full coverage concealer, so you don't really need a lot of product. And as you can tell, I haven't really used a lot of product, and this is going to be enough for my entire face. Now I'm going to take my blender and start tapping that product into my skin. And this concealer also has an inbuilt color corrector, so in case if you have like darkness around your eyes, if you've got any spot, any area that's like slightly pigmented, this is also going to help in concealing and covering that. And so it's like a concealer corrector 2-in-1, which is very you know, easy, especially if you're a beginner. And again, I'm going to take whatever is left on my blender. I'm just also going to apply it over my eyelids to just sort of conceal any discoloration that I may have on my eyelid. And I'm done with my concealer, and as you can tell, my skin actually looks a lot more radiant than before, and also the skin tone has sort of evened out. And with that, moving on to the next step, which is to use a setting powder. So I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Pressed Powder with me. I'm using the shade 400 True Beige. So I'm going to use my Damn Beauty blender and dive in directly into the pan. And I'm going to start pressing the product underneath my eyes, because this is where we sort of crease a lot. Make sure you set your under eyes really well so that they don't crease or crack throughout the day. Your laugh lines are the second most important place that you have to sort of set using a powder. And as soon as you use a setting powder, it almost looks like as if you have like a filter on your face. It gives that nice soft blurring effect. And also this powder actually lasts for up to 16 hours. It helps in controlling shine and also like keeps your skin matte and oil free. So this is one really good powder to watch out for. And now with whatever product I have on my blender, I'm just going to like sort of run it across my face. And if you're a beginner, take your time with the blending, because you want to make sure that there are no harsh edges with the concealer, with the powder, with the foundation. Just like sort of go over your entire face with the blender, make sure that everything is really nice and like blended in together. Okay, so now with that, you're done with your base. This is the basic base makeup that I wanted to teach you all. Now after this, it's completely optional if you want to add a pop of color with a blush, or if you want to go that extra glam way, you could add a little bit of highlighter. That's completely your choice. But it's important to sort of set your makeup using a setting spray. So for that, I have the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Setting Spray. So I'm going to be using this setting spray to sort of merge everything together. And while using the setting spray, you want to hold the setting spray at an angle like this and then start using the setting spray all over your face. And now I'm just going to let it set on my skin and let the setting spray sort of dry on my skin. So now that I'm done with my makeup, you can tell how even my base actually looks, and with all of the techniques that I've shown you today, it'll help in acing that base every time you do your makeup. And with that, it's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the makeup look, and all of the products that I've used are mentioned in the description box below, so do check them out. And before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit on the notification bell so that you are notified and updated every time we upload a new video. And that's it, signing off for now. I'll see you next time. Bye.